Kwi-industry ngangena ngoba ngine driver's license. Maningi ama-shows engike ngawabona ku-TV engiwabhalile. Uthi uzayibona seyiyadlala kodwa beyidecline-iwe i-broadcaster. Kunamakhosikazi vela adalelwe nje akhele ukuba sestage. Akuthi nje akakhele ukuba number 1 akakhele wakhelwe nje ukuthi uyongena kwinto existayo.
You now approach which I now how do you now get him on board?
Ngaba ne-meeting na airport babumseleyo. Kube khona nje from the development stage of Imboni Yamatekisi yazi inspiration kakhulu isibaya. So I always had a crush ya Zahara. Ngadraft proposal. Mangifika nje ngadraft proposal.
Sure.
Ngathi no, you know what? We're doing Zahara show. I'm meeting Zahara for
the first time
now,
yeah.
You know, dog, I didn't even I'm Konanga to direct the show, so I had to bring a new director.
Yeah.
Because now Angazi Zahara.
Disclaimer: the views and opinions expressed on this show by the hosts do not necessarily state or reflect of those of the channel. Furthermore, the views and opinions of the guests do not reflect of the host and of the channel.
Podcast about nothing. Yeah, this is podcast about nothing. Anyway, guys, this is podcast about nothing, and this is podcast.
This is podcast about nothing.
Podcast about nothing. Podcast about nothing.
This is podcast about nothing, and this is podcast about nothing.
This is the podcast about nothing with your host Leo Black, the unfiltered voice.
Yo, what's up, ladies and gentlemen? This is Bafana, and this is Podcast About Nothing, where we talk about everything and anything. Today is a special day. We have a special guest today. We finally have our first official guest on Podcast About Nothing. Guys, I am lying with you. I'm not lying when I tell you this. This is a special day. And I'm so glad that this is finally happening. Today, we have none other than Mr. Fano Khowa.
Phela sase. Ngiyaphila futhi kunjani?
Bethi ngikhona bethi ngiyajabula bethu sathi ube khona nathi la kwa podcast about nothing bethi I know you're a busy man, taking time and just to spare with me is just something that I appreciate a lot, abo. Kuningi sazokhuluma, but for those people who don't know who I have here, I'm going to give you a little bit of a background to who is he and what is he about. Probably like you don't know, but this man I'm sitting next to has done a lot. And the big thing that I like about this is because when I started season 2, I had an aim of like, you know what, I need to earmark people that I want to have on the show who will highlight South Coast, because I'm from there as well, and he's from South Coast as well, and he has been doing amazing things. So for those who don't know who Fano Khowa is, I'm going to tell you one thing. He was probably a little boy, had a dream to become someone who's going to be behind the camera, you know, like take about my shows and everything, but he made the dream reality. Because he has traveled all over the country, taking and capturing all the shows that you see on TV week in and week out, that keep us entertained and that keep us captivated and keep us talking, because all of his shows always trending #1 on Twitter. And let me tell you, he has done amazing. And also, he's not just someone, he's an executive producer of these shows. He has done so much. He also has a production company called Devandile Media Company. And also, on top of that, these shows, I'm not just gonna tell you maybe my show TV channels. It's the show that you see every week. Just recently, this Mnakwethu, that's him. So and then also we also know ishow yakhe esibili kuthiwa Mnakwethu Happily Ever After. Lapho sibona uDulas no Samantha idrama lapho yayazi nawe. And also Short and Sweet, uyamazi uVovo Mbondo longaka lo ophaphile omnandi bebuka TV. And also we also Twice as Bold, where we saw lama twins Olwethu no Owami, who were trying to find them umuntu ozobajula naye bathi babefuna indoda eyodwa, of which angazi but how far are they with that. And then Sibonile, he was going to places that you wouldn't think a person that would go. He went to Imboni Yamatekisi, where you would think umuntu Fano ngafuna nemakhumbini ayothatha indaba ze drama lapha, but he went there and shot a show. And he went also to do a show with the late Zahara, the reality show Zahara, which was called Zahara As I Rise. He's that person who did that show. And also Vusinova, the show that is currently playing right now on SABC1 every Saturday. It's him as well. The show is called Vusinova Unprovoked. I think I've said a lot. You know, I've just painted a picture for everyone to see who this man that I'm sitting next to is. So, Fano, like, I'm sure you're proud of your work you've done so far.
I think angakafiki la ngifuna ukufika khona.
Obviously, sitting in the Dagazi, so obviously you always have to, like, you know, push more and more and more. But before we go any further, like, as an individual, you look at each journey from someone of like South Coast, Epomela, you know, if you know South Coast, Epomela, it's just a small town. Like, there's not a lot of people there. But like, when you had a dream to be there, we always film and shoot film and TV shows. I don't think there's a lot of people that do that there. So where did you get the inspiration to try and we won't get into industry?
You know, edengayisho ukuthi ayikho into nayo ekumele uyibuke uyidelele.
Yeah.
So yonke into onayo yakhela entweni ethize ukuze kuphume into ethize.
Definitely.
Yazi mina kwi-industry ngangena ngoba ngine driver's license. I-driver's license ngangayakhelanga ukuthi ngiyongena kwi-industry. But into ebengiyenzela ukuthi ngibe nayo nje ukuze ngikwazi ukushayela. So i-driver's license yasingifaka kwi-industry, kwi-filming. Ngizodriver nje, ngithathiwe ngizodriver. Kanti ngizofika lapho ngibe nogqozi nokubona umsebenzi nanokuthanda i-TV. Bengumuntu othanda kakhulu i-TV mayikhula.
Sure.
Ngase ngiyayibuka ngiyayithanda lento le. Ngase ngithi mhlambe ngingakwazi ukushintsha because bengiyongena kuma-drama. Ngikhumbula kahle i-drama yokuqala engangena ngiyodriver kuyona kwakuyi-intersection. And then after intersection it was uKhakhai for e-TV. Ngodriver ngidrive i-cast nje khona. Ngase ngiba nogqozi lokuthi kahle mina ngumuntu othanda ukubona ama-reality shows kakhulu than ama-fiction.
Drama, yeah.
Ngase ngingena kanjalo. So sengisho ukuthi lento encane nayo edelelekile nje i-driver's license ngasho ukuthi yiyo mina eyangingenisa kwa-film.
I didn't think mhlambe maybe uzosho mhlambe ngizongitsho FDA wafunda washaya nje phezulu. I was expecting that kind of story, but now most just wathola nje wawambi ushayela i-cast ne-crew and stuff, and then that's where you got inspiration.
100%.
But like ezinye izinto mfethu ngisho sometimes ezinye indlela ozihambayo zikulidela kwi-journey yakho ne-future yakho. So I think that's what happened with you as well, like because bengithi nje mhlambe hayi maybe wawunento ukuthi ukhula ukuthatha ithini labisi uyibhotela labisi lokuthi ushuthi ngoba ne-inspiration for having a TV. I'm sure like maybe when you were trying now to transition from being a driver to try now to get into the industry like that, because being a driver and also being in an industry are two separate things. Like you encountered problems, you encountered situations where like, you know what, maybe I'm just too ambitious about this. Like, did you ever encounter those situations?
100%. Yazi into eyangisiza mina ukuthini ukuthi angaze ngazibukela phansi kuyona yonke into. Udriver kwi-industry yena umuntu obukelwa phansi kakhulu. So angaze ngazibukela phansi mina. Kangangokuba bengithi mangiyi-driver uma siphuma nje ntambama after work ngihamba nama-producer. Ngifuna ukudrivela wona so that ngizongcela ulwazi. So angaze ngazibukela phansi. So kungisizile ke lokho ngoba kungenze besithi uma sifika ezindaweni mhlawumbe uma ngezi-introduce ama-introducer nabo as ama-executive producer, ama-producer nami ngihlebe mase ngizibiza ngithi mina ngi-production manager ngingafuni bezwe bona ngoba bengingafuni or bengingazibukeli phansi njengodriver. Lokho kuyasiza-ke ngoba kuyakwakha njengomuntu.
Definitely.
Ukuthi ngesinye isikhathi kunalamanga lawa amnandi, lamanga lawa asizayo akwakhayo akwenza ukuthi uqhuquzeleke ukuthi wenze kangcono. So ngathi mina ngisizwe yilokho ukuthi ngithe ngiyoshayela ngangaziboni njengodriver. Ngithe ngiyoshayela ngazibona njenge-executive producer esadrivayo.
Yes.
So lokho kungisizileke kwangakha kwase kwenza ukuthi ngihambe ngiyofuna ukuba yilento le engiyiphuphayo njengoba ngihlele steeringini.
Yeah, sometimes your starting point is not your final destination. So 100%. Sometimes you should never look at your starting point as your end point. So I want to show you it's just resemble that. It's a testimony of that sort. Like but again, if you were looking from the outside about looking I'm no executive, they make it look easy. They make it seem like I know I'm but like did you like have an issue of like adjusting? Most of parents about manje like okay ngiyangena manje, I'm here. So Fano, there's an opportunity to show your case yourself. Did you have that imposter syndrome nyana of like, hey, maybe I'm not that good?
Lendlela zangibe lula mangakhuluma iqiniso mvelazo. Kuye kwabakhona ukufela okuningi ukuze ufike la khona namhlanje.
Yeah.
Kuye kwabakhona izikhathi la ngibona kahle khona ukuthi igoli ngiyalishiya ngibuyele ekhaya. Kodwa ngacabanga ukuthi uma ngibuyele ekhaya ngesisikhathi kuyasiza. Yabona lekuthiwa abantu bazothini. Iyasiza futhi ayisizi kodwa ngizothi yangisiza mina ngoba bengisaba ukuthi bangibuyele ekhaya bazongihleka kusho ukuthi so vele wahluleka ukudrive ke into elula kanje. So kungisizile lokho ukuthi uma ngicabanga ngifile kaningi kakhulu. I don't know how many times ngibhala ama shows ngiwabhalela i-channel edecline ama proposals. Many proposals, I think like 20 proposals edecline wa. Kunamanye ama proposals engiwabhalile ngaleso sikhathi a decline wa. Asephasisiwe manje ase on TV. So akuzange kwangiqeda amandla lokho. I think mhlambe kunginikile ugqozi kakhulu ukuthi ukufela akusiko ukufela kahle kahle ukufunda kukona ukuthi kumele wenze kangcono ukuze ukwazi ukuthi lento oyicabangayo iphumelele. So ayikho into oyicabangayo wrong. Yonke into oyicabangayo right. Ukuthi uyi-execute kanjani ukuthi ibe lento vele esemqondweni wakho.
Yeah, that's powerful because ngisho nami ukuthi and sometimes no, it's not
100%.
It's not right now.
100%.
Instead of like saying I so valelekile lapho ngiyawo. And in terms of that about ukuthi let's talk about maybe we could put like in the picture. You spoke about like maybe having shows that have been declined and everything. Have you like maybe like even a show we balil won't see meaning balil and everything it's good, had confidence in it, and they said no, but next thing we are CBINs.
Many times. So industry too rough kakhulu inama vultures.
Yeah, definitely.
Wonke umuntu ufuna into ezomsiza yena. Wonke umuntu ofuna ukukusiza isikhathi esiningi akakusizi ngoba ekusiza. Ukusiza ngoba efuna ukusizakala yena ukuze akwazi ukukhuphuka ngawe. So maningi ama shows engeke ngawabona ku TV engiwabhalile. Uthi uzayibona seyiyadlala kodwa beyideclineiwe i-broadcaster. So usibuza ukuthi kanjani baningi abantu abaningi futhi engicabanga ukuthi sebeke bayi experience.
I've seen that a lot of like on social media when someone bekhuluma kanjalo.
Kwenzeka kona wonke umuntu ukuthi akusiyonke umuntu olungile ozofuna ukwenzela ubulungiswa. But ke kunabo bakhona indlanzana elikhona ukuqinisekisa ukuthi ubulungisa buyabenza.
Sure.
So laba abangazange ubulungiswa babhizi bayaqinisekisa ukuthi noma yini enhle bayithatha. Bayifake ngale entweni zabo. Uthi ayibona hawo. Seyadlala sekudlala ipromo kunala ama channel ovela ubona sekudlala ipromo ingakashuthwa neshow. Bazenzela ukukuvala ukuthi
ungasaqala. Ngawulinge nje lokho ukuthi hayibo imina nje lo.
So maningi, I think there's like 4 or 5 of the shows engiwabhalile.
Didn't that hurt you like in a sense of like maybe I'm never gonna pass through this because there's people obane red tape abavalile like gatekeepers abantu abanjenga like aba like abona Fano ngeke mfana wena you might have the brains for the shows and everything but we're just gonna milk everything out of you like
I think ungikhulisile yazi ungikhulise ngoba bengibona ukuthi uthi lento engiyenzayo right. Angeke uze umuntu antshontshe idea yakho if
bad
i-idea yakhe iyabad. So the reason bethatha ama-ideas abantu baningi ama-ideas athunyelwa abantu, thousands of ideas, but there's few analeyo nto leyo edinga i-TV. So angeke kule 1000 le bachoose yakho bayichuza ngoba kusho ukuthi kunomqondo okhaliphile ongale kwayo. So into ebengiyaye ngiyithandaze ngumuntu othandazayo ke mina bengiyaye ngithi ngiyacela bayi-execute ngendlela right engizothi noma ngiyibuka ku TV ngisho ngithi ayisandla sami lesiya. So bengithandazela lokho kuyona yonke into ukuthi bekungigqugquzela ke futhi ukuthi kusho ukuthi ikhona lento ekhona kumina le talent likhona ngoba bengeke bayithathe.
Embosuthandana uthi cela bandla njani intshontshile niyenze kahle
ngehlisi at least ayikhazimule
ninikeze le budget engifisela yona niyenze
ayikhazimule ukuthi wonke umuntu ozoba kuyona akajabule naye ikhazimule on TV ngoba phela thina ama creators asicreate kahle imali isikhathi esiningi sesicreatela nje to tell our black stories,
yeah.
You know? So if kunomuntu othi yena uzoyixoxa kangcono le nto on TV, let it be, yabo. Kodwa ngesandla sakho wenzile wena ubhalile yena akayithatha executor ka abantu bayithanda on TV.
Wobuka mhlambe maybe one of the shows that you talk about. Awubukanga ukuthi like akuyona la thing ngiyifuna. Abayenzanga ngendlela ifisa ngayo. Or there's one that exceeded your expectations. I'm just like, yeah, no.
I think wonke bahlulekile. Bahlulekile wonke kwa executor ngalendlela le ebengifisa ngayo mina. Ngesizulu kunesisho esithi alikho iqili lazikhotha emhlanje.
Yeah, true.
So ungakwazi ukutshontsha
but
ungakwazi ukuyithathe into uyiproduce kodwa angeke uzuyenze ngalendlela umlikazi wayo
bekayibona. Yeah.
So ungakwenza but alikho iqili ungakwenza konke. Kodwa alikho iqili lazikhotha emhlanje.
True.
Kukhona okuzokuhlula kubona konke.
Because again, it's not your brainchild. It's not your brainchild. It's not what you came up 100%. With. You took someone's idea and then you made it yours. But uzovaleleka somewhere somehow. So you might feel ama gap, ama feelers are not what the person who came up with the idea is like. What?
Kunenkazimulo ezothathwa ngenxa ukuthi akusasiyi umlikazi wayo lento.
Sure.
So when ungakwenza konke ukukhiphe konke uthi mhlawumbe if you are a great producer than me.
Yeah.
But uyahluleka to execute this one because inkazimulo yayo
ayikho nje.
Ithathi ngasikhathu intshontsha kuphucwa kunento eziphucwayo ezizokwenza lenkazimulo le edingakalayo on TV.
In terms of like you doing shows, going these places, has it ever occurred to you it hasn't very to I'm living my dream right now? Like and sometimes you won't say, I know, I thought I was living, this is what I wanted, but now this is not what I want. Has it ever occurred to you like maybe I chose a career that wasn't for me in the beginning mostly? Because I think maybe when things are not coming together, they're not falling into place, you kind of feel like maybe I need to, as you said, you would think of going home. But like, I know, beside that, but I'm sure there was a bigger calling than that.
Yazi uma iqala icareer yami ephika ngeke ngalahlekelwa into eziningi including the wife ngenxa ye distance ukuthi sengiseJoburg she's in KZN enye into yezinto engakhile leyo engithena noma sengifuna ukubuyela ekhaya but ke ngizobuyela nini ngoba ngilahliwe kahle ikhaya ngisenalo ngoba lento ebengithi ikhaya sengiphuciwe yona. So uma uzokwenza into ezophumelela ziningi izinto uNkulunkulu azokuphuca zona. Akakuphuceli ngoba awuzideserve. Uyazideserve but ke ukuzokwazi ukuthola lento oyidingayo kumele udlule kuzona lezi. Kunezinto uNkulunkulu kumele kunabantu ekumele abasuse kuwena uma izokubusisa. Ngoba mhlambe lezo sibusisa zokunika zona bazosimosha bona. Or bazosilimaza. So ziningi izinto engilahlekelwe izona eziningi and bengingasathembi noma ngizokwazi ukuqhubeka mhlambe kuba ukuthi ngifika la ngikhona namhlanje. But ke sengiyabona manje ukuthi kahle yona ndlela ebekumele ngihambe kuyona le uNkulunkulu bekumele abasuse labantu bekumele ngiphucwe lezi zinto. Yazi I remember mina eGoli bengihamba ngamatekisi. Bengihamba ngamatekisi ngithe ngihamba ngamatekisi kanjalo unkosikazi ex-wife wathenga i-Range Rover following week. Ila ngabona khona ukuthi kusho ukuthi uNkulunkulu mina akangithandi. So kunabantu uNkulunkulu abalethile emhlabeni abathandayo. Kanti uNkulunkulu uzongikhombisa inkazimulo engalo ukuthi yabona lezi zinto zibona lezi inkazi ziyeza. Hamba ngeTaxi wena. Le taxi le izokulinda izinto eziright ezizayo.
Yabo deep le show ngoba mina ngingabe ngiganunwa hawu. Wazi ngihluphe eGoli uthi okucabanga ngisho nequid nyana ke uthi ke baba awubambe na iquid phela Range Rover amaquid amangaphi lawo amaquid la ko 3 or 4
kahle kwangisiza ngoba ikona okwasiza ngibhale Mnakwethu ngubhale uma kuhamba yena izinto zingibhedela ngoba bena befike ezoba unkosikazi wesibili so uma kuhamba yena zingibhedela izinto ngabona ukuthi cha bengeke ahambe if bengenze kahle izinto kwasekuqaleni if bengim-introduce because mina nginokuzigxeka mina ama-content engahambi kahle angagxeka omunye umuntu khona ngizokwazi ukulungisa lawo maphutha so uthe uma ihamba ngoba ngingam-introduceanga ku-first wife ngase ngiyazigxeka ukuthi angenzanga kahle ngase ngihamba ngiyobhala phansi ukuthi cha amanye amadoda ezemva kwami akangalenze futhi engilenzile mina akahamba ayocela wona ukuze umzwa ubuhlangane angahamba aqale ayolobola ngala engalobolanga ngala engamtshelanga ngala so abangenza amaphutha afanayo ngoba bazogcina befana nami belahlekelwa abafazi behamba ngamatekisi njengami umfazi bethe ngama-Range Rover.
So okay, we now in Mnakwethu. So also qale lapho because I think you mentioned something very important there. You wrote to Mnakwethu while you were going through some, like you were separating from your wife. Yes. So what inspired you to, like, that show would be the show that the TV is gonna like I know it's gonna make
ngaleso sikhathi yazi mangibhala into eziningi ngizibhale ngami. So ngibheka impilo yami ama-shows amaningi nje kahle ancike kakhulu empilweni yami.
Sure.
Especially the formatted shows. Bengibheka impilo yami bese ngithi yini engashintsha lesimo noma omunye umuntu angasizakala kanjani ngalesimo.
Sure.
So Mnakwethu bengishadelwe ngisindisile unkosikazi Mandovela. Uthoma isuku Mandovela ngase ngithola enye intokazi esasihlangana esikoleni nje ngavele kanti izovela ikhulelwe. Ithe uma ikhulela ngabe ngagijimisa ukuyokulungisa kubo ngengakamtsheli lo. Uthoma ezwa uMandovela ovela wahamba. Ngasala nalo. Naye ngithe mase ngisele naye lo wathi kahle mina ngangazela umshado la. Naye ubese yahamba. Kwawukuthi if bekade ngiyenze kahle izinto kahle ngam-introduce kuMandovela ngendlela eformal.
Yeah.
So ngisho ukuthi ngaphana ngisenabo abafazi bobabili ngaphana bahamba ngaphana kuMandovela naye lo ngaphana zangasala beyedwa bese yambhora lempilo kuba yedwa ngaphela kunamakhosikazi vela adalelwe nje akhela ukuba sesithenjini. Akuthi nje akakhela ukuba number 1 akakhela wakhelwe nje ukuthi uyongena kwinto existayo.
Yeah.
Uma iphende exista uyahamba naye ngoba phela akakwazi ukuzoyimela lento yena benzela ukuzokhulisa entweni eseyakhiwe.
Isakhiwe akakwazi usiqala phansi. So fanele afike foundation sikhona maybe nendonga seziphezulu neroof.
Into ebangela vela azongena la ekhaya ukuthi kumnandi ngenxa ukuthi khona lo.
There's a structure in place.
Yeah, angithi manje unesikhathi sakhe omnika sona asijabulelayo ngenxa ukuthi khona lo. Mase khambe lo sonke isikhathi sosinika lo phela. Asesembora ke lesa. Angeke ahlala ngahamba.
Uyichaza kahle ngoba like I always wondered why abantu besifazane agree to actually get into indaba zesithembu or whatever, polygamy. And when I watch a show njengomnakwethu bezithoba phambi koMamdlunkulu, I'm like, don't you aspire to be the only one in your man? Like, why are you so comfortable to be the second wife or to be the next woman? Like, I think the first episode, the season is 4.
Yes.
Lo mama lo amdala kunalo sis, you can tell. But ngendlela sizothi sengayo, I'm sure naye nje uthathe kunzima ukuthi naye azibheke phansi anceke. And that means like maybe uyayazi role ayifuna ukuyidlala. Akayindi umuntu mhlamba afisela ukuthi maybe let's start this thing and everything like that. And ngingabona ukuthi hayi ngeke. Maybe mhlambe there's a deeper meaning in namo sichaza. It just makes a lot of sense now ukuthi there is women who are just born for ukuthi babe number 2, number 3 or number 4 and they thrive there because beba number 1 ngeke kulunge lutho.
Angeke kulunge. Kunabantu nje abantu besifazane abadalelwe ukuthi uma bakhiwa even biblically uma uNkulunkulu edala uAdam noEva lithi iBhayibheli wakha uAdam emakhela uEva umuntu oyi1 loyo uEva kwakumuntu oyi1. Yazi indlela uAdam wayebhizi ngayo wayemdinga umuntu wesifazane wesibili owayezothi noma engekho la abe busy naye ngale.
Yes.
Even uEva njengoba la ahlale nomnye umfazi.
Yes.
For the fact ukuthi kuthiwa kwafika inyoka izokhuluma noEva, if uEva wayengenaso isizungu ngaphana wayehle nomnye umfazi wayezobe exoxa naye.
Abezoxoxa benze mhlambe benze something.
Yayizoshawa leyo nyoka uma ifika. Yayike ifike nje izombuza imibuzo engasile ngoba wayezobe busy. Imbuza ngoba ubhorekile uhlelo uyi1.
Akanothi uzokwenza.
Indoda idalelwe ukusebenza iyosebenzela abafazi. Umfazi uma ezohlala ekhaya abe yedwa uzobhoreka. And ukubhoreka komfazi ke esikhathi samanje uyaphuma engaphandle agcina ayofuna amanye amadoda or awulanda izindaba zizomosha la ekhaya.
Hey.
So ngithi abantu besifazane or unkosikazi umfazi uyadinga ukulanywa.
Yeah.
Ukwenzela ukuthi angabi naso isizungu. Lokho kuyasiza ukuthi umfazi angahamba aphume ngaphandle awulanda izindaba ezofika ezizomosha la ekhaya.
Yeah.
Or agcine mhlambe esebona abanye obhudi ngaphandle. Uma inosisi la ekhaya ozobambisana naye. Kuyamakha kuyambamba lokho and nedlozi liphakama kakhulu ngenxa yesizathu sokuthi la ekhaya uvusa umuzi ngokuphelele.
Yeah.
Yes.
But into engiyisho ukuthi at the same time I wonke umfazi ufisa ukudalelwe lokho yabo. So ngeke uthathe nanombane nayo yonke into. And wena ngokubona kwakho ukuthi how do you even see ukuthi lo ukulungela ukuthi angangena esithembweni kanje.
Lento esithembu mvela se ihamba nedlozi phakathi.
Yeah.
Akusinto yanombani futhi.
Sure.
Futhi akusiya wonke umfazi. Inedlozi phakathi lento yesithembu. And kufunakala ube umuntu okuxhumene kakhulu nedlozi.
Sure.
Ukuxhumane even nanoNkulunkulu.
Yeah.
For approval. Akusinto ozovuka nje ekseni uzinwaye uhamba uyochama uthi cha hayi ngiyafuna ukulamanisa la ekhaya. Into ekumele uconsult ebantwini abadala. Bese uyaconsulta naNkulunkulu ngoba umfazi ayedwa nje oyinkinga. Uma sebabili bebathathu bebane kusho ukuthi lapha indoda izohlanya. So kodwa if uhamba nedlozi elizokusiza likubambise lento le kulula ngisho ukuthi umbona umfazi wakho uhlangana naye edrobheni udlula ukuthi hayi lo uyena nkosikazi ke lo.
Uyena.
Ngenxa yokusizwa idlozi. Ngesinye isikhathi uyena ozizelayo kuwena. Ngenxa ukuthi idlozi liyamlanda lizomletha kuwena ukuthi lo muntu lo uyadingakala la ekhaya. So isithembu nje kahle asidingi wena njengendoda kuphela. Asidingi ukuthi uchathe kuphela, asidingi ukuthi udlimbiza kuphela. Kumele ube ne-connection strong nedlozi noNkulunkulu. Sizohlala ke isithembu sakho la.
Shuthi vele ukhethelwa idlozi vele ngokomthetho.
Kumele
ukhethelwa idlozi vele ukuba nomfazi othize.
Ngizothi uzikhethela wena kodwa usizwa idlozi.
Usizwa idlozi.
Yes.
Oh okay. So siyabuyela kwishow umnakwethu abo. I've seen a lot of people befika lapha season 4 manje and everything. Ngokwakho when the people that go there, do you think they use the same methodology that you are saying that but basizwa idlozi noma sekukuthi nje hayi it's a trend noma into nje abayenzayo ngoba befuna nje ukuthi nje hayi let's exercise this power because now ngingathi sekuvulelekile amagate.
Iqiniso vele asukuthi ayikho indoda engasithanda isithembu. But ke akusiyo yonke indoda esifuna isithembu. Maningi amadoda asithanda isithembu kodwa akasifuni isithembu.
Ayinami sangihlule kuseni.
So akasifuni ngoba bayabona inkinga abangabhekana nazo noma mhlambe ama relationship abakubona bayazi ukuthi angeke aze asivumele isithembu or ngeke aze ahambisane naso.
Nasithembu yes.
So amadoda wonke afika kumnakwethu. Ayilamadoda engikhuluma ngawo ukuthi wonke amadoda ayasithanda isithembu.
Yes.
Kodwa ke akunabo ubufakazi bokuthi idlozi labo noNkulunkulu babo liyabavumela yini ukuthi bakasithathe isithembu. Yes.
Itricky kodwa ke leyo ukuthi ukuthanda into nokuthi udalelwe into kuhlukile.
Yes.
Ungayithanda bethu imoto kodwa ukuthi emoso nayo ixaki.
100%.
Akusho ukuthi ngoba uyithanda udalelwe yona. So ezinye izinto kufanele uzibukele kude uzibuthi okay hayi they're just beautiful for abanye abantu. Zinhle iyabukeka but ayibona mina abantu sifazane banomsindo started lapho. Mase bewu2 3 hayi ngingavele ngihlanye same time. Ngabe ngiadmit straight mina ngabe because njengoba ngisho ngabe ngibashiye ngiyozibhuka esibhedlela la bengithole khona. Bengishiye ngikhona. So when now you pitching for Umzansi and you say like I have this show called Mnakwethu, like take us through the process, like how does it umuntu mhlawumbe ubuka it's like maybe he's aspiring writer or a content whatever that in the show that they have, Like, take us through the process of like what happens around there.
I think sekulula manje yazi kunasekuqaleni. So ekuqaleni so kunalento abayibiza iportal yaseMzansi.
Sure.
Ikhona nje on Google. Uvela utype nje Google Mzansi Magic Submissions. Izokuthatha nje kuma submissions la usubmit khona show yakho. It's a very simple process. Uvele nje uklikhe uMzansi Magic lapha ya. And then izobe seke kune form nje lula la ugcwalisa khona personal details, and then your company details, and then kube khona indawo la uploada khona iproposal yakho. Then uyadeclareisha, then uyasenda. Bese bakusendele ireference okusho ukuthi bayareceive iproposal yakho, and bazobuyela kwena within 3 months, within 90 days. So yeah, 3 months ukutshela ukuthi ibe successful or not. If it's successful, uzobe sothola i-invite eza kwi-pitch. If it's not successful, bazokutshela futhi ukuthi no, azange be successful. Mhlambe kuna something similar to this idea, or mhlambe asihambisani nayo. Kodwa ke bayabuyela kwena kahle nje, and mabeyithandile futhi bayakubiza for i-pitch. Mase bekubiza for i-pitch, after COVID now everything is virtual, you know?
Yeah.
So they send you a link, and niyahlangana kwi-link, manihlangana kwi-link, and then obviously now so a pitch document uploadayo lapha kwi-londo le kwi display yayo kwi-meeting, and then uyapitcha ke yabona, uyapitcha nje i-document lakho njengoba njalo. Kune panel nabo lama CEs esuke likhona liphelele, and bayakulalela for 20 minutes upitcha, and then there's 10 minutes for questions and answers. So yeah, it's a very simple process. Yabona, kodwa nje efuna ukuthi ube ne-snack.
Yeah, phela if unephupho fanele ube ne-snack.
So kudala ke nanibizwa nize khona ema-ofisini akwa multi choice. La nivele nifike kwi-boardroom begcwele bephelele. Ovela ujula kube manzi ungena nje.
It's like auditions nje.
Noma ugqabile lapho vele uze kathi isigqabo sakho sikushiya phambi komnyaka.
So, you send these things. As a person who has this idea, how do I protect my proposal? Like IPM in this proposal, is there a way that I can protect my idea and the proposal that I send to them? If I send to them, I don't want it to be played or be carried out by the same channel or the other channels. Like, is there a way that I can literally protect my proposal?
Once we send a portal, yakhona multi choice, leyo nto it's protected. So akekho umuntu wase multi choice or i-channel yase multi choice yaseMzansi ngeke uyibone eMzansi.
Yeah.
Sekuyi mhlawumbe seyishintshiwe igama, but iyona because uzobabuza masuthi yabo le concept yami mos.
Sure.
But isikhathi esiningi yazi abantu abantshontsha ama-shows uthola akusiko la usende khona kwi-portal. Omunye umuntu oseceleni ngoba uthola ukuthi njengoba sisenda nje khona le kuthiwa i-proofreading, usendele umuntu i-proposal yakho.
Okay, yeah.
Uthi mosendele umuntu i-proposal yakho ayibona ayithande ezwe ngale ukuthi hayibo kufuneka la ma-shows asende yena ngale ethi uzama inhlanhla.
It's the same thing that happened with sorry to cut you. There's a story that I read a few months ago. Is on 14.
Yes.
It was written by Popeye and Spinach, So there was a third guy, Owaibona. So what is the proposal? Wahamba wayesaka Bomb Productions and wawavula story or story on Kinto.
Yes.
And then uzofuna these characters icon lapha. Oba act. So manje wapocket okay ahambe. But I know when I sick dingy now abantu and because phela vele wamlungu Angus ukuthi no, this is our brainchild. This person was just somewhat guy, middle person wise says what the man is stealing our idea. So what you're saying is kind of true.
So kuba kanjalo ukuthi I think us as black people we need to trust our craft. Ngesinye isikhathi liyabona into yama-proofreading isicefe ngoba awazi umuntu omsendelayo ukuthi yena umi kanjani.
Yeah.
Kunomuntu ofisayo ohlezi lapha akudala submitter angazi ukuthi kuzokwenzakalani. Uma sethola iproposal emnandi enhle kanje oyisenda kuyena uthi akafunde nje abone advise. Kuyena lo muntu lo sethola ichance yokuthi thani ngisubmit lento ngokwami. kwezinye izindawo. And then next thing ngaleskhathi usabhizi upitcha ngala seyiyadlala into ngale. So we need to trust icraft yethu, we need to trust our magic ukuthi into iphathile ngesandla ungayidluliseli komunye umuntu ayihambi endaweni eright ukuze nedlozi liphelezele ngendlela eright likhanyilise ngale.
Asekunento eningi kabi manje ezisizayo in terms of checking your proofread things.
AI now, you know,
yes. We need to utilize that more in 100%. Order to protect ourselves 100%. From abantu abanza lezo zinto lezo.
100%.
Let's move forward. Before we move forward, umsele kungena kanjani? I know umuntu esithembu, yes, but like I'm sure naye uneshow yakho busy na yonke into. Like now, how do you now approach with umsele ngeke umfanele le show kodwa phela busy, you know, he has businesses, he has his own shows, like busy. Like now, how do you now get him on board?
So umseleku ngibe nenhlanhla ukuthi usiphuma eKaseli 1.
Yeah.
We are bought from
Potchefstroom, yes.
So ngibe naleyo nhlanhla. So ithe show uma seyizocomissionwa ngase ngiyacabanga ukuthi kahle kahle ubani umuntu perfect for ishow ekanje. Ngase ngisabhizi research yayisho uyabona. Ngiye ngahlangana nobaba umseleko sahlangana e-airport bebuye eSwazini ehamba noMacele noMacele noma Khumalo mangaphazama.
Yeah.
Back in 2016 or 2017 or 2017 maqeda kumuthana nesithembu nje season 1. Ngalesikhathi sashisa kakhulu.
Yeah, the first two seasons.
Ngaba ne meeting na e-airport baba umseleko. I-meeting le ngihlanganiselwe uchief wangasekhaya usazi Ndwalane. So bafonela inkosi uSwazi Ndwalane ngathi ngifuna ukukhuluma nobaba umseleko. Fortunately babehlele emeetingini bobabili.
Okay.
Athi yabona ngihleli naye lo muntu la. Ngathi mina ngiyacela ukuxhumanisa naye baba. Wamnika ifoni sakhuluma nobaba umseleko wathi save inumber yami. Ngenza i-meeting sahlangana e-airport. From airport we met again ubaba umseleko bembizile in Sentin sahlangana ehotel eSentin again advisor yabona ukuthi yini kumele ihambe kanjani yabona ngendaba zesithembu yabona. Then sahlangana kanjalo ke nobaba umseleko, and I think ube khona nje from the development stage of Mnakwethu till the approve till uzobe la khona. So he's been there from day one.
So it's made sense. I know he's just gonna be the person perfect for the
because unesithembu.
Yeah, it makes sense in all.
We just understand this team. We just feel this team. So abantu abaningi abebengakhuluma ngaso because isikhathi esiningi ku-TV kuyakusetshenziswe ama celebrities.
Yeah.
So alikho bengicabanga ukuthi lingafitha ekuthini lingakwazi ukuzokhuluma ngesithembu ngoba akekho engimaziyo osiphilayo.
Anti vele ubone ku-OPW ku-present umuntu ongaza shot.
Yes, yabona into nje
ngale. So like you don't get how does that work?
So umseleko wavele nje wafitha khakha, and that time ke bengakadumi nokuduma kakhulu baba umseleko because uma siqala sihlanganisa lento naye bekusadlala season 1
we uthanda sithembu. Yes.
So abantu bebesasanda ukumqala ukumazi, abantu besafuna ukumjoyela kodwa igama lakhe lihamba phezulu.
Ayodwa into ngithanda ngaye ukuthi uyakwazi ukuyimela into yakhe. Like I think he's one man in South Africa that is able to stand for whatever that he believes in, of which it's rare because nowadays we're scared of being who we are because we're scared of being cancelled. We're scared of social media, what they're gonna say if any against 1 or 2 or 3 or 4. But he doesn't care what people say. And for what and ends think umuntu onjalo la show because every week uyatrenda uhlezi kubulishwa yena kuthiwa hayi nangu umuntu owenza lento lo hlumeza abantu besifazana. I'm like ubiziwe. He's just been sent to deliver a message. You know, you're shooting the messenger. You nebayeka labantu kubani bazi. So I think he's one person that I feel like as much I don't believe, not believe angis feast, he's one person that I feel like he is one person who's shown that I aphila lento futhi.
I think demsiza kakhulu ubaba umseleko ukuthi ngaphezulu kokuthi isithembu unaso uyasiphila isithembu.
Sure.
Nanokuthi isithembu siphasiswe umamakhe uyayathi uma exoxela athi mina uma Flow uye owezana lesambulo sokuthi mina ngizoba la ngikhona namhlanje.
Sure.
So lento kusho ukuthi ihamba nedlozi phakathi njengoba ngithe eqaleni isithembu ngathi singaphelezelwa bayidlozi ngathi singaphelezelwa ungahambi wedwa nje ungahambi umthembu wedwa nje wena uwedwa nje
uzoba nengxaki
uzoba nenkinga kodwa kuphela iweekend uzobe ungekho right
yebo
ngenxa ukuthi abantu besifazane once baba ngaphezulu kwa1 bayaxaka kodwa uma uphelezelwa idlozi kunenkinga ukuthi uma udlula kuzona esithenjini ukhale kulona idlozi ukuthi kodwa benivumelane
yebo
ulithethe liyathethiswa idlozi benivumelane kube yilona elizokuqoqela nabafazi leli so uhlulekile wena amandla akho apheli la kuphela khona amandla akho awedlozi ayangenelela and mangingenelela amandla edlozi uNkulunkulu usuke khona so angeke usithwale ayibethi kunzima ukulawula amakhosikazi kunzima ukulawula abomama abaphuma emizi ehlukene because lapho ephuma khona ufundiswe ezinye izinto zasekhaya nalo ufundiswe ezinye izinto zasekhaya
nawo
nezinto zakho omfuna ukuzomfundisa zona zala ekhaya so ukufundiswa oyedwa into zala ekhaya kunzima how much more mase ngaphezulu kwa1 so ifuna lento uyiphile iphelezwe na idlozi futhi ube nobudlelwano obuhle nalo idlozi ukwazi ukuthethisa idlozi liphendule manje hayi idlozi liphendula after 6 months thethisa idlozi namhlanje ebusuku ekseni umfazi afike ekhuluma ilanguage idlozi liphendula after 6 months liyophendula umfazi sehambile
yabona
oliyophendula umfazi sedliwe hawu
and ngoba futhi kenzeka sengjalo umfazi esebeka iqilza lapha na ikhwama eminyango athi mina sengithola omunye
kunzima umuntu wesifazane ukuthi alale azi ukuthi indoda yakhe ilele nomunye umuntu kudinga ukuthi abanjwe idlozi yabona ukuthi ukuthelwa ngenyongo ekhaya ukuzofakwa la ekhaya kusho ukuthi siyakungenisa sifuna idlozi likwamke liqede ubuwena liqede lento ethi mina liqede intando yakho inyongo iqede intando yakho izokufaka la ekhaya ukuthi lawulwa idlozi la ekhaya so kunzima umuntu osifazana alale azi ukuthi indoda yakhe ibhizi yachama ngale so ubanjwa ilento omngenise ngayo la ekhaya ngaphezulu kokusebenzisa nje imithi okubamba isithembu idlozi lakhe lona elisebenza ngoba noma umuntu ungawusebenzisa idlozi uma lingafuni uyophelele egcekeni lo muthi loyo aphuma umfazi idlozi lakho livumela indoda izizongena ulele ngale nomfazi abelele ngala
ya deep ke leyo ake siphuma kancane nje kwezo Mnakwethu singene kule nye show khona show awusanda kuyenza Imboni Yamatekisi
oh yes
Imboni Yamatekisi was one show that I was like how the hell are you in this because you know the industry Yamatekisi it's not safe it's a very popular industry that is very not safe and bongena laphana like when you starting and to plan about this show yini ayisengqondweni yakhe at that time
so Imboni Yamatekisi yazi inspiration kakhulu isibaya
so
isibaya for a good 5 years on screen sitrenda #1 on Twitter every day you know so sithe sibaya uma siphela kwaukuthi yini esingayenza engaletha lento because kusoba labantu bayayithanda impilo amatekisi yazi kumnandi nje ukuzwa abantu bexoxa ngendaba zasematekisini nanginokuchitha isikhathi ke on social media ngibheka ukuthi abantu bathandana
sure
yazi idrama yasematekisini ngeke ngabona nje enye ivideo yasetekisini kubangwa awushintshi wazi wasukuma ubhuti wayiphambili ethuka abagibeli ngemuva ngoba ehlulwa kuba idrama yamatekisi yahlaya nedrama phakathi
uqinisile futhi
so now bayingichaza lento leyo ukuthi uma kuphela isibaya sobe siyibone phi lento ecishe ifane nesibaya ukuthi asingaphelelwa into ezoba namatekisi on TV so saqhama kanjalo ke
manje awusabi yini utsene like labantu phela like I can ngithole labantu but aren't you scared utsene now uzothola a crew member or cast someone who's probably in izinto that's maybe gonna put you in danger or the whole production in danger because he might say something wrong this might upset some people
yazi into emnandi ngabantu bamatekisi leya industry leya ifuna uyi-understand eqala
sure
abantu bakhona abosoma business those are businessmen
people,
those are business people abahlonipha ibusiness labo ziyaba khona izimpi ematekisini but angeke uzuzwe kuthiwa izimpi zasematekisini sezizachapazela ebagibelini
ziphela
bona kuphela ngoba nakhona bezama ukulungisa lento abangaboni ngaso linye kubona.
Yeah.
Yazi ayithindi ngisho izingane zabo. Ayithindi ngisho ama relatives, families, extended family. It's always about them. So noma yini ozoyizwa yamatekisi ihleze izokhuluma ngabantu aba within the industry aba uthina abasithanda kabi yazi masifika reke nje uzobe sibanga abanye awuzanenzi washutha ngapha because bayithanda le TV
yes
bayithanda le TV.
Okay, it makes sense if you looking that way because mina ngawazi amatekisi and ngangwagibela for a long time but I've seen the ugly side of it but I'm just like I know but listen ngilalela ne storyline the content and everything there's always a squabble mama lo yabona mama lo I'm saying akafuni even nengathi zakhe ziworried ngaye umuthi ngathi abona inkani umuntu omdala ayibambeke because yena uqinisekile into ayishoyo and she doesn't care what everybody says yena she's right what she's saying. So manje ngithi ngeke madoda it's dangerous. And another thing, the twin brother died who was also part of the show. I'm sure that like maybe put maybe a spanner in the works. Say but okay, this is real. It's not just shooting a show whatever and everything. This is real life. And ngabona lapha na it was said even though showing the holes of gunshots and everything. I'm like yeah ne real ndaba le.
Yeah, ziyabuya la. Ematekisini ziyabuya and I think nje industry abantu abanesibindi and abayi-under akusiyo wonke umuntu kahle idinga indoda enamasende uma kumuntu wesifazane kumele abe namasende esiswini so akusiye nombane okwazi ungena kuleya industry survive.
But more than anything I think it shed a lot on so many things about KwaNjomane lo hamba ngesihlalo. He's someone ngicabanga ukuthi unentenje awuzikabanye abantu abakesimisi njengaye ngambona kuMnakwethu initially Sabelo like ukuthi umuntu who's proud and he's not scared, he's very straightforward about this and ngabona this is why you casted this man because he knows what he's talking about again. And like when you now go out casting these people because they come from different areas it's not Joburg, it's not what it's different areas. Like what is the process that goes into that?
Casting first season siye sabheka kakhulu abantu abaphila impilo yobusibaya.
Okay.
So sathi uNthabiseng unomkabayi saze sithi uSabelo he's hard-headed uthanda isithembu bekade driver
sure
yabona sase simfanisa nompiyakhe ne unesithembu yakhe and uyiqale into yamatekisi esawudrive
babo wakhe amatekisi
so yes and then bekumele kube khona omunye umama ongazange abesakwazi ukuqhubeka ngenxa kuwe kwaba khona inkinga ezikhona
sure
lo mama naye bekawumkabayi futhi
umkabayi 2.0
umkabayi and then bese kuba khona kuma twins banobhuti wabo osejele ubhuti wabo nje mabekuchazela nje ngaye ubekawumandla ukuthi nje yabona beke kwathiwa nje awuvelazele rank
venazele khona man athi bafo
emncane kunabo uvelazele athi bafo ngase bemkhuza bethi ima bafo bafo ayiyolungiswa manje le so masiyikhasa besifuna ukuthi ibe nobusibaya so that
but in real life
if it's reality but ke ukabukhohlwa ubusibaya so that's how we casted it season 1.
It does make sense because I think at the same time you kind of get that in they were worried. Family members are worried about these people, but these people don't care about that. Fano Khowa Who 1 or 2 and then it must happen and the woman was saying I'm telling the old DJ we home. That's the only way you can save yourself because the amount of ngangimthanda even though wayenedrama enkulu kakhulu. Moving forward to Ilonduzana, another show. Obviously Mnakwethu Happily Ever After is an extension of Mnakwethu initially, where we saw Odulasi, what's that matter? Odulasi, my daughter. Bamshiye bonke abafazi bakhe manje.
One guy ekuthiwa iyabekezela.
Hey ngeke.
Yabona uDulasi uyabekezela.
Eland futhi zonke le ntombi zakhe zimgibela like.
Yabona nje kumele crowd nje ngokuthi le ndoda iyabekezela.
Yeah, no. Futhi nje
mathiwa emendweni libanjwa ishisa insimbi.
Awuyayibamba.
Hayi uDulasi ula. Uyibambile ezwa.
Ngikhumbula like the time ethi uyolontuza not uDulasi man ngasemkhohla igama lalo ubhuti lo wafaka intombi endlini zaveza thathana zashayana. Yabona lapho uthi the drama lapha na vethi it's real and futhi it's young girls and young people and khona nalo oyilo nomoya phansi wayeshuqula ngisekhohla igama lakhe ubani
KwaNjomane
wayefaka intombi endlini kanti uzolanda unkosikazi
uDulasi lo
not uDulasi. I think they were baze balwa
kodwa makukhona intombi endlini kwafika uMamhlongo ukhona uma wengane kaDulasi uDulasi engamtshela ngoma wengane uMamhlongo ebulala sliding door.
No, that's another episode, but I think I'll remember the name as we go on. But in lapha mfethu like nihlanganisa kanjani labantu labana ukuthi they because unqabile phela lo uthi angifuni, but now usesikhona ukuthi uzongena kuMnakwethu Happily Ever After.
So isithembu ke sithi ukwazisa umama introduce omunye umama akuchazi ukuthi lo kumele avume ukuthi useyazi ukuthi ubaba ama intentions akhe asisithenjini. So Happily Ever After ithi ke now silandela ijourney ke manje ubaba esencenga ke esehlanganisa ukuthi kuyahlangana yini. That's why Happily Ever After bese bakhona question mark igcine ewayo igcine. So ubaba kuyalunga noma
akulungi la hayi futhi akulungi kwabaningi khoma lo othatha islay queen wasesemakhaya
ombeje hey le khokho venyanga lo
ayibolo wathola ukuthi wavona wagula lo asisi ena mangibonza angeke lo
khokho venyanga
angangibonzi la
yayimanishe lengane dialogue ukubabe ngomuthi lo muntu
awuna kodwa ngeke abona bosiyibuka ngamehlo enyama yayibona hayi madoda noma ngabe kuthiwa izinto ziyenzeka
akuhlangana
never. Let's move forward to this other show that's you've done also sibazele ku social media kakhulu kuqala yabo umaka chicken no chicken KwaNjomane yes. And you're currently shooting season 2 and it's coming on the 11th of this month. Just look out for next week Thursday nje ziyakhala. In fact when this episode drops izobezela ngakusasa. So sabona iqhamuka uthi ayibo like sibabona social media is like they were having their own thing and then you guys picked it up and then you elevated this whole thing. Like how did it all start? Like what triggered you to like I need these people to be one of the people that I produce a show for and everything.
About chicken, I think it's all chicken. So chicken is a creative, but chicken is a social media.
And I need him on my podcast on Wednesday.
He's a social media god. So chicken, after they've been making these videos, then he dropped something on social media. Actually, they're looking for a production company as a producer.
A show.
So actually, they want a reality show. It was apparently it was Ntogo's idea. Guys, please, I think let's push for having now a reality show.
Yeah, because they have the numbers on social media. So
Ntogo mayibona lento le uchicken wabhala social media kusho efuna ukubona ama reactions abantu bazothini or ikhona ne production company mhlambe
Mike so there's a mic
engabasiza you know. So that's how KwaNjomane started, ukuthi actually it's all them bona abazifunela ukuba ne show. because besibona ukuthi they have content and they know their kids,
Yeah,
you
yeah.
know. So bazifunele bona ukuthi bona bafuna ukuthi babe ne-show yabo. So everything else iqale lapho where bona befuna i-production company ezoba siza to make lento abayenzayo now on TV.
And I was so fortunate that I was part of one of the shootings.
Oh yeah.
Let me tell you, that family is crazy.
It's crazy.
It's crazy. I wanna uhleka ozo uhambe. As angafuna uthi ngihambe, the way everything was just happening.
Crazy.
I wonder if there's one family that is crazy. I showed their content. Everything just happens. And
everything happens it's on 30.
And you would think maybe maybe the bad has like listen. Bangaqabana ukuthi uyisilukhiye uma kwamcela uthathe baxabanele lonto leyo uthene wangafuna uthathe lokhi ayibuyiseleni wena. And then it's just like there's a back and forth. Now there's a drama about that.
Yakhala ukuthi yakhumbula last week wena ukuthi ngize kuwe lokhiye wawenza ukuthi then it's drama every day.
Drama after drama. So I think now if you watch season 1 you saw now it's like as a viewer you saw that the family has a lot. So season 2 what can possibly we can expect Laprana? Obviously drama and exciting things, and I'm sure you still until shoot. I think we're still shooting. Yeah.
So season 2 ziyaburuga ziyaphihliga kambi. Season 2 ziyawa, and I think it's drama after drama. You know, season 1 it was more of introduce abona abantu babazi. Now we're getting deep into their lives.
Yeah.
Now sibona impilo zabo zangempela. Yabona simasuvala sovale ngalelo giyo ukuthi now I guess singene empilweni yabo mara sinihalisele.
Yeah.
So manje ke seniyadla ke manje. Ngihleli phansi fucking nice.
Bekusayi start
singene empilweni yabo ke manje.
Main course manje.
Singene empilweni yabo gogo papeo sekajola, chicken seka engaged. Chicken uyasha ayibo. Yabona nje kule season ziyabuya umamkhulu umfana kaMamkhulu sekaphumile ejele usiphele bekakhuluma ngaye last year. Sesiyambona ke manje kwamampela manje.
Exactly.
Mamkhulu sekajola. Ayibo ziyabuya kule season.
You heard it here first on Podcast About Nothing. So on Mhlaka 11, make sure you watch Luzana KwaNjomane on Mzansiwethu angisho.
Mzansiwethu.
Yes. So it's like let's now go to this show you did last year. I don't know if it's last year or the year before, but it premiered last year. It was about the late Zahara. Yeah. I know you loved her. I know how the relationship you had with her, and it's sad now that we're speaking in past tense about her, but that show was amazing to start with. I'm just trying to understand Zahara, like how did she even think of like having her own reality show? Because Zahara was person who was private, if we could all remember. We only knew Zahara for her music. Obviously the drama for the labels and everything but followed, but more than anything we only knew her for the music. Like how did this whole thing Yogutene Zahara and reality show begin?
So with Zahara so I always had a crush on Zahara, you know. So I always had a crush on Zahara.
Sure.
You know, from I saw release the first album,
Loliwe, yeah.
You know, I remember driving from Potchefstroom to Gabex just to see her, you know. Because you're being Zahara, you know. I can show you I can be like that anything you know. Until I think we were driving to Shota Imboni Yamatekisi,
sure.
A folk crust. So masking Deleni, so I'm playing Zahara Uloliwe.
Yeah.
I'm going to shoot. And ngifikelwa umunyu yabona. Ngifikelwa umunyu because I think na memories amaningi nento eziningi ezenzekile. Ebekade njalo makudlala uZahara sengihile.
Sure.
So every time mangidlala album kaZahara kubuya zonke lezo zinto lezo.
Yeah.
My divorce zonke lezo zinto buya zona nje ingoma nengoma ngiyidedicate entweni ethize engehlele
albumini yakhe
ngaleso sikhathi leso. So I started like, you know, yazi uZahara still usane potential if umuntu esadlala music wakhe namanje ungithinta 10 years or 12 years later after album yakhe I'm like, no, Zahara is still relevant.
Yeah, she is. Yeah.
I was like,
she was actually.
Yeah, I was like, no, Zahara is still relevant. Actually, I didn't get the sugar Zahara. So that time I'm driving to Folcrest. First thing I'm feeling Folcrest in keep laptop here, I'm pants. I draft a proposal. Man, figure I draft a proposal.
Sure.
I said, no, you know what? We're doing Zahara show. I'm phone Zahara. I'm going to number. The proposal.
And you're gonna meet your crush in the process.
Well, I'm looking forward to it. I'm like, I'm like, you know what? The proposal
exactly.
So that even the broadcasters as what is yamfuna. Then watch my broadcasters. Na uzoba sekechi magmin. Ngade uzahara manje. Yambona manje.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's how it all started.
So now SABC come to the fold. They pick up the reality show. How then now the conversation goes with Zahara.
So now ngikhuluma nobaba uMseleko again. So mina yonke into engenza yazi ngiyangiqala ubaba uMseleko. So ngikhuluma nobaba uMseleko, ubaba uMseleko une-show iguma lamakhosikazi on SABC. I'm like, baba uMseleko yazi ngiqeda draft iproposal kaZahara la. And ngithanda SABC ukuthi ngiyenze no-SABC. When you already have iguma lamakhosikazi lapho. So uyazi iprocess yakhona.
Sure.
Angiyazi mina yabona. Mina ngijwayele Mzansi Magic, ngijwayele multi choice yabona.
Yeah.
Baba uMseleko awukulula yazi. Ithi ngivele ngikwenzele lula. Avele nje phone call baba uMseleko, phone call. Then kumele ngenza ama-submissions to portal bani nakhona. Okay, sharp.
Sure.
Right. A month later, yeah, sekuthiwa please send a pilot kaZahara. Oh, okay. I think like 2 months later, kumele ngiyoshuta pilot ngama ngiyoshuta pilot kaZahara. Meeting Zahara for the first time now,
yeah.
You know, dog. I didn't even angikhonanga to direct the show, so I had to bring a new director.
Yeah.
Because now angazi umthethisa kanjani uZahara. So I had to bring Nehemiah to direct a pilot. So I let Nehemiah to direct the pilot. And then, yeah. So I shoot the pilots. So I submit to SAPC. And then by time the pilot, Bamtando Zahara, they gave us a contract. Then we started shooting the show. Then we sang the spin up. And then we spoke on Zahara every day.
Yeah.
So we sang the spin. I was like, no, now I can direct the show.
So this is my
Then, yeah. I say,
it was a beautiful because we got to see a side of Zahara that most of us didn't even know. Like I didn't know Zahara has that bubbly personality and everything. Like, what was that one thing that you like when you were shooting and you just got to like able to see Zahara that you didn't expect to see or you didn't even know what she had it in her?
Yo, Zahara was a very, very, very clever woman, you know? Very cognizant. Ahlakaniphile.
Sure.
Yo, Zahara uhlakaniphile. Yazi uhlakaniphe ngathi ongathi mhlawumbe lo music ungene ngephutha kwakumele uyoba i-lawyer or something.
Yeah.
Uhlakaniphile. Ukwazi ukufunda umqondo uZahara bekwazi ukufunda umqondo ungakayishi into. So bekwazi ukuthi even if you try to trick her uzokutshela ukuthi ngiyazi ukuthi ufuna ukuyakwenza.
Yeah.
Why singavele singene lapho? Indebe kahlakaniphe ngakhona.
Yeah.
And athanda abantu. uZahara athanda abantu blind. So kaZahara bekumuzwa kwabantu like hlele gcola abantu and ukwabona ukuthi if I knew ukuthi uZahara uthanda abantu kanje ngangavele ngifike nami kwakhe. Angangazi bezongamkela.
Yazi xwaye
because kufika like uJunior ubrother wakhe awunokuletha mhlawumbe abantu abayi10 kwakhe uZahara angabazi nokubazi angeke azabuza ukuthi ubani wakabani
uzoba nje welcome
uzobe sengathi dala abazi labo bantu labo so it's like how sokulesikhathi ngizincisha uZahara bengimele ngabe nami mozi ngeke ngashaya around la kwakhe ngicela ukuvula legate bazongivulela vele ngingene ngiblome
uchile kube mnandi
yebo
yonke into ihlala
bekathanda abantu blind umzikaZahara ubuzwa abantu
yeah I want to say life is so unpredictable. December comes, and we learn her passing. How does that make you feel? Because I'm sure, and I know that you had a relationship with her, like a friendship of some sort, relationship, been close, been zwana. You call each other, you check on each other. Like now, she's no more. Like,
I think we are one of the luckiest people who who were able to document life Zahara, you know, ngamalanga okugcina.
Sure.
As much as uNkulunkulu engasiphangi chance eyanele because bekuningi besisafuna ukukushootha. Season 2 was coming. Bekumele season 2 uqale manje April. You know, wabona uNkulunkulu ukuthi ukuphuce lento ethandwa abantu. Nalento ebalekile enhlizweni yakho. Baye bathi abazalwane intando kaNkulunkulu ebuhlungu.
It's very painful.
I think kunezikhathi eziningi la uZahara mhlambe naye ake wafisa ukufa ngazo. But uNkulunkulu wathi cha.
No.
Kuthena la uZahara uNkulunkulu sebuyisela amandla kuyena sebuyisela into zakhe. Wasethi ke isikhathi sami sesifikile. So intando kaNkulunkulu ayikho mnandi. And it's still it's still hurting namanje ukuhamba kaZahara, you know, because ilo muntu lo besine potential enkulu. Obene potential enkulu hayi ngommusic kuphela. Even nasempilweni nje ezomuntu wesifazane bese ezoshada uZahara bese eqeda ukulotsholwa manje yabona umpho bese wakhile nje umndeni wakho ophelele ekhaya. Ziningi izinto nje I think uNkulunkulu athena cha mina bengifuna not manje
not now.
So intando kaNkulunkulu nje ibhlungu.
It's so painful because like yabona we all plan everything. We all plan, but only one person decides, and that's the most unfortunate thing. Because right now I'm recording with you. With the episode is Opuma, only God knows is Opuma. Because I could walk out of here and not make it and
God
die.
forbid.
God forbid. Yes. No, it's gonna come. I'm just putting it into perspective in a sense.
Yeah.
But yeah, ends another show, starts another show. Not to say that it was like for like, but I'm sure it was something that was in like about in pre-production and everything about everything. Vusinova. Angazi nimthole kanjani because that person looks like someone mtohlezi ematase busy. Because to me he's like Sumis. He's always busy. Like he's never in one place.
Yeah.
And then now Vusinova unprovoked.
It's all Zahara.
Seriously?
Yeah, it's all Zahara. So sambile sawushutha uZahara kaVusi.
Yeah.
Beyohlangana for breakfast, you know, and uVusi is a very welcoming guy.
Sure.
Was preparing lunch sonke crew, everyone, you know. Saqala sazwana lapho no Vusi.
Sure.
No Zahara.
No Zahara, yeah.
Yeah, and then after Zahara's show, then we're like, "Ay, uVusi yasimthandile." And now like
yeah.
He's becoming more of umngane than just the artist.
Yeah.
So like why not? You know, Vusi life yakhe is interesting. Vusi.
There's so many things
like miningi mbuzo around Vusi. Miningi mbuzo around Vusi. So we're like, why is abantu le mpendulo? So why not, you know?
And I'm sure even watching the show, you're still like gonna have more questions than answers. Yeah, because the more you watch, the more you get confused. Because ukhuluma ngokunye, next you kuphinda khulume ngokunye. So you can't even like match it up together and say, I know, so you clock guys. You can never. So like, how was the process? Everything shooting with him, from his hometown to his live because there was like. Because I was able to like see the behind the scenes sometimes. You shoot on my shows, arc and everything. Yes. Like, how is that process? I'm sure it's like it's exhausting sometimes.
No, but your voice is amazing. I'll feel no good to shooting. I'll feel no matter what shooting. Ubona ngoba nje sekufuna ngale footage actually bengise shooting. Yo, he's amazing. Yabona he's this guy engathi might akekho available for shoot. Everyone got oh shit, you know what?
Yeah.
Besafuna ukuza.
Yeah.
To a point yokuthi even ngashootwa.
Ngahlala ngento.
Ngihamba nohlala kaVusi. Uyandiza uzani? Like ilo muntu loyo ukuthi akuhlale ngaphandle kwaVusi. He's very welcoming.
Yeah, it sounds like someone who's very accommodative. He's
very accommodative.
Very welcome to his
kwakho Vusi ufika ngathi kwakho.
I think maybe they're my closer, ne?
Yeah, it's a closer thing.
It's a closer thing because now Zahara is the same thing. Vusinova is also like
it's a closer thing.
It's a closer thing. It's like, you know,
take
like,
it from me.
Oh, okay.
Mina nama closer, yeah. It's a closer thing.
Because Palatina Mazulu, because even asemakhaya uthi yeke emzini yabantu, like they frown you for, like, it's frowned upon when emzini yabantu because ayifuneki. So the show is now on SABC One.
SABC One.
Yeah, and it looks amazing. I think the quality of it, I don't know ngama camera unasebenzayo lapha, but like it's just put everything to perspective. I'm gonna book SABC One a lot, but when I started watching, I was just like, yeah, this is different. This is putting, because the other thing, I hope in this episode was addressing the Vusinova, because there was this period of his I don't know Vusinova somewhat, but yeah, I'm still waiting. But like so far, it looks amazing.
Thank you so much.
What can we more expect in the coming episodes and everything?
I would say yonke imibuzo abantu abanayo izophenduleka. Mhlawumbe ngangaphendulwa ngale ndlela abalindele ngayo.
Yeah.
Kodwa nizophenduleka. And you'll get to see elinye side likaVuso ngalazi. Uvuso on social media, uvusi ohleze enosomizi, uvusi ohleze ecula. Now you'll get to meet ifamily kaVusi, you'll get to meet impilo kaVusi nje.
Sure.
So kule season nje usifulela isifuba sakhe.
Yeah.
So kahle you'll get to be on the front row of isifuba kaVusi.
Oh, okay. That's angazi ke ukuthi if wena ungakazi ukuzuyibukela uzobuyenzani, because like I think more than anything we want to see authentic people 100%. Getting reality shows. Because there's always a question mark. Are reality shows really a reality show, or are they scripted? Yeah, you know. So when in your own on the shows you've done, like, would you answer the question and say reality is reality or
100%? Reality is reality, you know. Kuguchi obviously reality in a director, in a muntu content.
Yeah,
but it's reality.
Because when I ngisuke like ngizokushootha uyogibela ikhumbi uyehlika, they need to be direction.
So everything is controlled ngokwe TV.
Yeah.
So angeke ngifike nama camera bese uthi wena ngiyalunywa ngilindele umngane wami uyeza sifuna ukuzodlala ucasino. Then simile nama camera suke eJoburg sihleli nawe manje la silinda umngane wakho late taxini uzolenda. So masifika kuwe sivele siyazi impilo yakhe ngithi sixoxele ngempilo yakho.
Yes.
So kule mpilo yakho iphilayo usixoxelile ukuthi usixoxelile ukuthi wena awuzwani no mamakho. Alright, so masifika sifuna ukuhlalisa phansi no mamakho nikhulume ngale nto ningazwani ngayo.
Yeah.
Asazi ukuthi yini wena wazi.
Sure.
So ama camera khona to make sure ukuthi u director nomuntu content make sure ukuthi sicontrola isimo sokuthi yonke lesishuthayo ibe for TV.
Yeah.
But it's not scripted.
Yeah.
Siyazi ukuthi awuzwani nomamakho. Maningazwani nomamakho nizohlala asazi nizoyilungisa kanjani lento kodwa masenihlele nomabili nizobona nilungisa kanjani.
You just a mediator of some form, exactly. of some form. Exactly. Okay, this
angeke kodwa sithi hamba uxama nomamakho.
No.
Hamba uxama nomamakho, uma uxama nomamakho ngakusasa siyabuya. Hamba ulungisana nomamakho. But ke if ungazwani nomamakho sonihlalisa phansi. Cela ngicela nixoxe lento le.
Noma uthi like if I suppose no, I'm planning to marry someone.
Yes.
Manje nenkinga kuba ngikwazi. These are the type of stories like
angeke sithi sicela ukuthi ujole. Masojola sicela ukuthi lo muntu lo umshado cha. Sizofika ujola ufuna ukushada. Bese okay, mawufuna ukushada ke kumele uhambe uyomtshela lo muntu ukuthi ufuna ukumshada. Bese uhambe uyomtshela ukuthi ufuna ukumshada. So it's not scripted. Impilo yakho vele into silandela lento vele oyiphilayo sitshele yona wena.
Okay, it does make a lot of sense moyichaza kanjalo because it's important. Ukuthi sesidakwa kakhulu lama reality show glam kakhulu. Aswabuka ku TV, esibuka abantu bepompa amabhodlela, behlezi bekushoot every day. Kanti uhlala nini nomndeni wakho? Asikuboni lokho, we don't see that. I think we were so glam a lot on television now and we question everything. True. Because I think our shows are more based to reality.
To reality, 100%.
They are relatable. I can see myself go chicken because chicken no matter relationship like any other relationship. So obviously This is relatable. But
100%.
oysters that is not my brand. That's it. That is more relatable, and that's why I'm saying that maybe there's a different reality that we need to consume, which gonna be more relatable to us. Meaning I like my reality because I watch all kind of reality from overseas, local, and everything. So, like I'm sure what TV, I book TV now. You consume a lot of content and stuff. Which show or you book as I wish that was me, like Oibu and you say. I wish I was the one doing that show.
Okay. All right. All right. I can't to think because it's kind of thing reality shows because I'm on phone every day.
Yeah.
It's Marry Me Now.
Marry Me Now.
Yeah. So I shot the first season of Marry Me Now. That time I was still a camera assistant. Ngayithanda Marry Me Now. Ngayithanda blind. Ngayithanda format yakhona. I think ngithanda format yakhona because masase like ibin we pitched Marry Me Now. So yaphuma nje brief. We are part of ama production companies that pitched Marry Me Now. So sangayithola thina as Lucky Bean, then Lucky Bean yaphela. So yasitholwa Passion Lane. So Passion Lane yasizoqasha mina again to be part of the crew.
Yeah.
So ngiyazi in development stage to ukushootwa to execute and exhibit and all that. So yeah, iyo show mangiyibuka ngisho le yabona le I like
I feel. No, I get you. Back to the show.
Yeah.
First, you work long hours. Long days, long weeks. How do you balance family and everything in between with this?
You know, kule industry kahle industry yokuthi uzosebenza and then ifamily uzoyibona maso retire. But yeah, kumele wenze sure ukuthi you giving them the best life.
Sure.
Yokuthi when izinto zingasakhambeli kahle bona bazokufukula, you know. Make sure that you take your kids to the best schools. Make sure that everyone is
taken care of,
happy, is well taken care of, you know. Wenzela ukuthi uma sekuthiwa soyaguga yibona bonke labo kumele babuye bazonakekela.
Yeah.
So kahle usebenzela ukuthi you taking care of them so that when you retire they can take care of you, you know.
Yeah.
So you get time nabo when you retire.
Wait, I want to ask you last question before I have this question that Angzubuza on I 6 or 7.
Yeah.
Out of all the productions you've done, which one would you say was the best? I know you're gonna say like Vele but
Mnakwethu.
I'm
not going to text the cab.
Yeah.
Not going to text the cab.
Yeah, it does.
It's one crazy show, eh?
Okay.
You don't know what to expect. Every day is a challenge. It's one show a crew can tell you. Agukola it's a perfect akona. There is no perfect episode. Sibona we post good. Actually, this is the one.
Yeah.
So every day is crazy, you know.
Sure.
We work till 4 a.m. We work. I remember shoot at till a.m. You know, till Kenya.
Sure.
Because of logistics akona and how crazy the show is. But you're not sure that takes a cab. You don't know what to expect. But yeah, it's one show is Otando Abantu.
Yeah. And when show that's one show that you know it's gonna be the hit.
Yeah.
So we're gonna play a game now.
Okay.
The game you're gonna give me one word answer.
Okay.
So you answer the shit look favorite show, Mnakwethu. Angit.
Yeah, Mnakwethu.
Best cast member you've ever worked with.
Tulas.
Diva of who was the diva of all the cast members you ever worked with?
Sibangela KwaNjomane.
Least successful TV show.
Mnakwethu.
Least successful.
Oh, least. Oh.
Yeah.
Least. Imboni Yamatekisi.
Imboni Yamatekisi. Okay. The unfriendliest cast member you've ever worked with.
Unfriendliest I've worked with.
Yeah, unfriendliest. Kushanga umzimba. Ubona si akangeneki.
Ungizwe.
Ungika.
Yeah.
Okay, I think Mnakwethu, ne?
Mnakwethu,
yeah. If you were not a filmmaker, what would you have been?
Ngaphandle ngikufarming yazi.
Farming
and logistics.
Okay. Uyathanda ukutshala? Angazi kubona nje utshala nje Fano.
Lalela ngikhule mina ekhaya ngitshala.
Phela ekhaya.
Yabona idumbe. Ngiyalikhipha idumbe mina.
So now you were gonna like take up ekhaya.
Idumbe.
Bengithi uzoba usomatekisi.
I never.
A show that made you the most money.
Most money?
Yeah.
Yo, money. Oh no. I would say Mnakwethu, yes.
Yeah.
Because you're not showing I think I got my first car, a Porsche. Yeah.
Okay.
I would say Mnakwethu. Yeah.
Okay. The show that oluzeka khulu imali yona.
Okay. KwaNjomane.
KwaNjomane.
Yeah.
All right. Choose one. SABC or Mzansi.
Both. I can't choose one.
Okay. I'm gonna let that slide because you're creating magic with both of them. You know, there's no one that's any like it's subpar or whatever. They put creating magic with everything. Mfethu ngicela kakhulu isikhathi sakho ne. Ngibonga kakhulu ukuthi ukwazile futhi sihlale. Sesikhulumile la saxoxa yonke into and it has been amazing. And to me this means a lot. And when I started, as I earlier on said it, and when I started this podcast, season 1 was like what is this that I'm doing? But now I think I have a direction of what I want to do. So when I started this, I wanted to like, you know what, let me touch base with people who are doing well. Share ideas and everything. Because I think I'm the first actual podcaster South Coast. So now I want
to embrace it.
I need to embrace that and now hang around with people at the same thing as I do.
100%.
So mfethu ngithanda ukubonga kakhulu isikhathi sakho. Ngibonga mfethu konke mfethu okwenzile mfethu ngiyakubongela mfethu osokuachievile empilweni and futhi inkosi iqhubeke nokubusisa. And I want to see more. But the show soyenza ne?
Definitely.
Yeah, soyenza the show.
Definitely.
Soyenza.
No, that one is the one.
Yeah, soyenza.
That one is the one. It ticks all the boxes.
Yeah,
right?
it does, you know.
Yeah.
So it's this is Podcast About Nothing, and I was here with Fano Khowa, the big man behind so many shows that I've mentioned. And guys, I thank you for every time for tuning in on my shows. Please don't forget to like, subscribe, share, and also drop your comment in the comment section and tell us what you thought about this show. Because guys, if even at the short proposal, if you like the idea, then maybe we can talk about it more. Maybe you might see it on Mzansi or SABC or wherever in the next coming future. Yes. You know what? I want to thank you guys. Peace.
Podcast about nothing. Yeah, this is podcast about nothing. Anyway, guys, this is podcast about nothing, and this is podcast.
This is podcast about nothing.
Podcast about nothing. Podcast about nothing.
This is podcast about nothing, and this is podcast about nothing.
This is the podcast about nothing with your host, Leo Black, the unfiltered fool.